Hello, this is Hugh Jackson, and I'm a part of the Addis Ababa River City Research Project, an ongoing development at the Tulane University School of Architecture. This project is titled Eco-Urbanism Addis Ababa, and it's dealing with the novel introduction of a decentralized green infrastructure to manage stormwater, in addition to creating a framework for public space in a rapidly developing city. And this project deals directly with a few issues specific to Addis Ababa that can also be found in cities globally. One of which is urban flooding, and the next of which is public spaces, primarily the lack of separation between vehicular activity and pedestrian activity, which leads to many injuries annually. So first off, we're zooming in on our neighborhood of focus, the Upper Cabana, named for the Upper Cabana River. And this drawing looks at figure ground with the dark spaces representing private areas, and by default, the white space representing non-private areas. This could be places where roads allow for cars and vehicles to travel, or this could be underutilized nodes of urban space. And this is the superimposition of topographic wetness index on the same diagram, showing darker blue areas more prone to flooding. The satellite view reviews a lack of riparian buffer, that is green space along the edge of the rivers and tributaries where there should be green space. And this map observes topography in addition to the existing network of streets and roads and the existing network of underutilized urban nodes. Showing flow within the system, the city drains to the south primarily. And as the water drains southward, the goal in an ecologically healthy city is for water to filter as it travels horizontally across the landscape through features of biofiltration in the ecology. This drawing examines the proposed array and network of roads in the neighborhood. So as you can see, we've developed a wide variety of different street types. The through line, the consistent element in all of these is the presence of a continuous bioswale element, as indicated by the vegetative elements here. And the streets come in a variety of sizes to respond to the rich urban fabric of Addis Ababa. And as you can see, the wider boulevards provide greater vehicular access. These are the main mobility spines for fast mobility in the neighborhood. Then we have roads starting to intersect smaller neighborhoods within. And finally, the green paths and streets, which are sometimes pedestrian exclusive, which start to bisect individual housing settlements. So within this array of proposed street types, there's a pre-existing system of different underutilized urban spaces. And these are where we're going to propose the addition of a few different urban nodes, which provide features of stormwater management, in addition for a new place for public activity to occur. So with all this new public activity, which is freed of space in the roads and in the nodes, we developed a system of urban interventions that can start to add amenities to these newly freed public spaces. And these amenities occur in a few distinct types, but none of them are built to be very suggestive to a specific program, but instead ambiguous to allow for a wide variety of urban activity to occur within. And these pixels, while not suggestive individually, can be combined together to create synergies with their adjacencies and develop more specific programs together. For example, an urban laundromat. And this site plan starts to show the system of roads and nodes working together. You can see the different pixels implemented in different streets along the continuous bioswale spine, and even these pixels taking bigger forms in the greater urban clearings. This diagram shows the flow of water throughout the system, and all water ultimately leads to the river. Starting to examine a few of these nodes a little closer, this is the urban intersection where all vehicular traffic is condensed to the center of the intersection, freeing up the peripheries for inaccessible pedestrian space to happen. And these are filled with various amenities for people to enjoy, but in the event of flooding, these become water retention features and places for water to be stored, so flash flooding does not occur later in the watershed. As water is retained here, its flow is slowly controlled to let out into the adjacent bioswales. The second type of node is the urban pocket, which are larger swaths of urban space cut from the fabric where bigger programs, in this case a soccer pitch, can inhabit. These large areas also allow for more ecological elements like bioswales or terraced filtration features to be implemented. Next is the river intersection, where the road bridges across the river to provide mobility for pedestrians and vehicles. But more important than that horizontal connection is the vertical connection between the river and the adjacent linear bioswales. There's a final step of water retention and filtration before the water is introduced to the ecology of the city via the tributary. This drawing shows the fluvial pocket, which once again deals with mobility, providing a slow mobility path for pedestrians parallel to the river, while also providing a series of footbridges inhabited by other programs to provide perpendicular access to pedestrians across the river. And this axon shows all of these elements of streets and nodes working in conjunction with one another to create a novel system of decentralized green infrastructure, in addition to creating a framework of public space within a rapidly developing city. Thank you for your consideration. And as we are a team, we would be happy to rework any material if necessary. Thanks again.